Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best 240Hz gaming monitor.
Starting at number 5.
ViewSonic OMNI. If you want the best gaming monitor with a 240Hz refresh rate and are on a budget, check out the ViewSonic XG2431 instead. You lose out on a few features as you move down in price categories. In this case, it has a lower resolution than the GIGABYTE M27QX, which means it doesn't deliver the same detailed images. However, with its lower resolution, it's easier for your graphics card to maintain a frame rate of 240 frames per second. It also has a smaller 24-inch screen, which isn't ideal for co-op gaming, but it at least has wide viewing angles that keep the image consistent from the sides if you do want to game on it with a friend next to you. The excellent motion handling makes the ViewSonic stand out against similarly priced displays. There's minimal motion blur, and it even has a customizable backlight strobing feature to reduce persistence blur, which not many lower-cost monitors have. However, it doesn't work at the same time as VRR.
Coming at number 4.
GIGABYTE M27Q. If you still find the LG 27GR83QB out of your price range, you can get a lower mid-range option like the GIGABYTE M27QX. Although it has many of the same specs as the LG, it's a slight step down in performance in a few areas, which is the trade-off for getting something cheaper. While it has a fast response time at any refresh rate, it just isn't as good as on the LG, so motion is a bit blurry. However, even at that, it's good enough for most gamers. Unlike the LG, it has a backlight strobing feature that works across a wide refresh rate range to help reduce persistence blur. It even works at the same time as VRR, which is something most monitors can't do. Besides that, it has useful features if you also want to connect other devices, like a KVM switch that makes it easy to switch between two different computers and use the same keyboard and mouse connected to the monitor.
At number 3.
LG 27-inch UltraGear. If you prefer getting something cheaper and don't mind having worse picture quality, the LG 27GR83QB is a good alternative to the ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27 AQDM. While it doesn't have an OLED panel and the same perfect blacks as the ASUS, it has no permanent burn-in risk and is still an excellent gaming monitor. This is because it has a fast response time at its max refresh rate, meaning motion looks crisp, and it maintains that fast response time at any refresh rate. It even has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, so you can take full advantage of HDMI 2.1 graphics cards. Additionally, it's a good choice for co-op gaming thanks to its wide viewing angles that keep the image consistent from the sides, but its stand doesn't offer swivel adjustment. If you want a monitor with better ergonomics, check out the Dell Alienware AW2723DF, which has an overclock to 280 Hz but costs more and doesn't support HDMI 2.1 bandwidth.
Number 2 of my list.
ASUS ROG Swift. If you find the Dell Alienware AW3225QF out of your price range or don't have a setup to take advantage of its high resolution, check out the ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27 AQDM. With a lower resolution, it's the best 1440p 240Hz monitor you can get, and while that means images aren't as detailed, it's easier for your graphics card to maintain a high frame rate. It uses an OLED panel with deep and inky blacks, but unlike the Dell, it isn't a QD-OLED, so it doesn't display the same bright highlights and vivid colors. Besides its excellent picture quality, it's a fantastic gaming monitor with a near-instantaneous response time, resulting in almost no motion blur with fast-moving objects. However, there are some quirks about it, as you need to update it to the latest firmware to get the best HDR performance and the lowest input lag possible.
And number 1.
Dell S3422DWG Curved. The Dell Alienware AW3225QF is the best 240Hz gaming monitor we've tested, and you can get it directly through Dell's website. It provides both high-end gaming performance and outstanding picture quality. While you need a premium setup to take advantage of its 4K resolution with a 240Hz refresh rate, It's also future-proof for when 4K at 240Hz gaming becomes more accessible. That said, what makes this such an amazing gaming monitor is that it has a near-instantaneous response time, resulting in minimal motion blur with fast-moving objects. It also supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth to take advantage of modern graphics cards. On top of that, its QD-OLED panel delivers deep blacks without any blooming, and it also gets bright enough for colors and highlights to pop. Its wide viewing angles are also beneficial if you want to use it for co-op gaming, and it has a large 32-inch screen for an immersive experience. Unfortunately, OLEDs like this are prone to burn-in when exposed to the same static elements over time. If you're concerned about this, look at the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85. It's the best 240Hz gaming monitor that isn't an OLED, and it has a 4K resolution and mini LED backlighting, but its picture quality isn't as good as that of the Dell.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.